Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today we're going to be talking about how to get huge exposure from your Facebook posts. Facebook is huge for any part of your content marketing strategy because, well, social media is huge. But because Facebook's got the largest user base, active monthly user base, out of any social network out there. So getting exposure on Facebook is super, super critical to the success of just about any business. It's when it comes down to it's the largest source of eyes that you've got to compete with, that you're competing to earn, and really when you think about it, you've really got to compete to earn them. Which with each active user only spending about 50 minutes per day on Facebook, Facebook has to decide what it's going to show that user every single time they visit to make sure that they stay on the site as long as possible to maximize that 50 minutes, or in the best case scenario, they even move past that 50 minutes. And at 50. With that in mind, it's inevitable that users aren't going to see all the content that their friends or the companies that they follow post on the Facebook, because Facebook has to pick and choose. So let's talk about the key to that idea first before we get into what you can do. Remember that you're Facebook's number one product. In marketing, there's an old adage that says, if you're not paying for the product, then you are the product being sold. Now, usually the phrase is used to make social networks look evil, but it's a great look into how Facebook makes its decisions, because Facebook makes its money from advertising dollars. There's no membership fee to use Facebook. Businesses pay to get their ads seen. The same way that television and radio and newspaper have been doing for years, magazines. A lot of these things you pick up and enjoy the media at no cost or very little cost, and that extra cost to produce your TV shows or pay the editor for the magazine has to come from somewhere, and that's what ads are. Your eyeballs are what's for sale. Facebook had to do something to figure out how to keep people engaged and keep them on the site, hopefully again longer than that 50 minutes. And so what they decided to do was the geniuses up in the Menlo offices of Facebook decided, hey, we're going to create something called EdgeRank, which is an algorithm that decides what to show each Facebook user. And they decided that they wanted to show only the most interesting content to keep you on the site longer. So Facebook looked at some different areas to decide interest, right? And the four areas that they decided show the largest amount of interest is likes, shares, comments, and post clicks. So this is people actually interacting with the comment or the article or whatever else is posted. Now with video, they've added the views as well, the watch time. So it decided to use those as engagement, and in engagement, or along with engagement rather. The EdgeRank algorithm uses the age of the post, right? How long ago it was posted versus when it's coming to you, and the user's relation to the post. So all of the external demographic data, the things like where you live in relation to where the post is focused on, how close you are to the person who posted it, whether or not it talks about one of your interests that you have listed in Facebook's likes, whether or not it reflects something you've liked or shared before. So it uses those factors as well as a whole slew of factors that aren't publicly available to determine what's going to be seen and what won't, and optimize it for user engagement. So like I said multiple times, the more interesting stuff they feed you, the longer you stay on the site. So what can you do about that being the business owner? Well, the key is to design your posts for engagement. Since Facebook's only going to show what's most engaging, you need to make sure that your post is. You can't control the age of the post. It's as old as it is. You can't control the relationship to the viewer. That's a pretty static bit of information. But you can control how interesting and how interesting the post is and how interesting Facebook ranks it. And thankfully, the things you can do are pretty simple. Just about anybody can do them. So for starters, with every post, start with a catchy image. Facebook has decided that posts with pictures are more interesting than posts without pictures, and that video is even more interesting than that. But start with something catchy. Start with something that grabs people's eye. Also, try to remember that the simpler the image, the better, or the simpler the video, the better. The less stuff that's going on around what it's focused on, the more likely people are to stop and look at it. Next thing you do is you've got to start creating your post copy, right? The words that go with it, preferably short and sweet, not too long. But also, ask your viewers to do something. Ask them to click the picture, share it, like it, comment on it. Ask them to click the post link. Ask them to watch the video. Just by asking, just the act of asking, is more likely to create engagement than not asking. So as you're doing that, take into consideration the overall action you want them to do. Craft the post to reflect that action, and then at the end, ask them to take it. And sometimes, asking for a like is a lot better than asking for a link click. Asking for a comment below, right, is better than just asking them to view the video. Ask what they thought of it. Just like I'm going to ask you to do at the end of this. Tell me what you thought of it. When somebody does comment, when somebody does respond, if you have the opportunity to try and like that response, try and like the comment. Having no reaction to a comment just because you're not sure what to say doesn't help anything. At least like it. By the way, that includes your own comments. Better yet, when somebody does comment, don't just like it. Respond to it. Say something back. What you're trying to do by clicking the like button, having the comment button back, is you're not only trying to encourage actually interacting with the people interested in your stuff, because that's a huge, huge part of what social media is meant for, but you're also telling Facebook that this post right here, this one that you're commenting on, is more interesting than all the other stuff in this person's feed. So it's more likely to get shown to the other people that follow you or that might see it. When somebody does comment, whether it's a positive or negative, and you respond back, try to ask something. Try to ask a follow-up question or get them to do something else. Because if you can call them back to that comment and get them to say something else, you're actually creating more engagement, which is, again, what Facebook wants to see. And it gets your viewers involved. And lastly, when you do comment back, when you do ask something back, make sure you tag them in that post, because they're going to get that annoying little red number at the top of their Facebook home screen that says you got somebody, you got a notification. And most people can't stand those red dots. They have to answer them. So it's going to call them back again, even if it doesn't make it into their feed. All that extra stuff, all those extra steps, you got to remember though, when it comes down to it, there is no guarantee when it comes to Facebook exposure. Facebook has designed their algorithm specifically to not guarantee anything if you take specific little actions, because you'd be taking ad money right out of their pockets. If guys like you and me figured out how to get our posts exposed all the way to everybody we want to see them without ever paying $1. So, when you listen to different Facebook gurus and know-it-alls and they're like, yeah, I've got the algorithm figured out, we know exactly what to do. It's not true. It never will be, because Facebook would never allow that to be the case. That takes money out of its pocket. The best in the business, they only know the one secret that I'm about to share with you, and it's not a BS secret, it's not an algorithm secret. The best in the business know create quality content. That's the number one secret. Things that people want to see, want to focus on, want to engage with, want to like, and want to share. That's the best way to get people to actually engage with your post. Guys, put these skills to work. Put these ideas to work. Get great Facebook exposure. Get your stuff seen. And we will see you next month. Hey guys, one more thing while I've got you. If you're really, really interested in boosting your Facebook exposure, don't forget that Facebook Live is probably one of the fastest growing ways to do that. If you want to put together Facebook Live broadcasts and have something really, really successful go on, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link below. And if you're on our website watching this, there's a form down below. And it's going to get you the PDF guide to building a successful Facebook Live broadcast. You follow the tips in that guide, I promise your broadcast is going to go 10 times better. Just fill out the form and we'll email you the guide completely free of charge. Guys, have a great day.